Garry Mills, and I'm the founder of Shoot Basketballs Not People.
So, when did you fall in love with basketball?
I actually fell in love, Mike, with basketball at the age of 14. Ran into a coach around the neighborhood, taught me the fundamentals, and it was super dope to actually have him sit down with me and teach me the game the right way. Put me again around other coaches that could teach me the game the right way, as well as players that I can develop partnerships. And I still actually have long life friendships with a lot of my teammates still as well.
What inspired you to create Shoot Basketballs Not People?
Mike, at the time, 2013, Brickyard is a section in Germantown. It's a highly violent area at the time, and we did a basketball game. Attracted about 400 people. Didn't know anything was going to come out of it, and then I kind of sat on it maybe 6 months after that, and then that's how it was birthed, and I created an organization, and kind of the rest is history.
What are some of the issues, young kids or teens are facing in your community?
Well, a lot of them are dealing with, of course, violence is a huge issue here now, but we're also dealing with a lot of mental health issues, especially with the girls. We're actually trying to put things in place to develop partnerships with some therapists to help a lot of the kids that come from single parent households. So those are the two main factors that a lot of our kids are dealing with, especially the trauma from loss, whether that be friends or family. So we're trying to help, these babies get to where they need to get to mentally, and provide them the resources that they need.
Yeah, so it is much bigger than basketball. I mean, mental health, especially
Absolutely.
kids,
Absolutely.
or teens since COVID, school hasn't been normal for them too. So that's difficult.
Even trying to, rebuild their social skills based post COVID. We're still working on that, like how to communicate your feelings effectively. Like, a lot of the things that a lot of kids didn't have to do during COVID. We find ourselves having to, help them, articulate their words or their feelings or how they feel. So that's one of the main topics that we're really, really keen in on.
What are some of the programs you offer?
So right now we have a player development, skills development program at Germantown Friends on Sundays from the hours of 12 to 2, where we allow kids to come for free until the spring. And then the spring will transition over to a more structured program. But right now we want to have them come into the gym and just basically stay off the streets right now. And then once the springtime roll around, we'll roll out a full programming with academic enrichment, the mental health piece, field trips, and even possibly doing a partnership with some local teams. Right now, we're looking at trying to see if we can partner with the Sixers to see if we can help kids like get into like a sports medicine field or help them learn how to get into physical rehabilitation, like the kids that might not be as good basketball wise. We want to see if they might be wanting to be a personal trainer or
Right.
maybe even an analyst. A lot of kids with YouTube right now, we've seen a lot of kids want to do media. So that's something that we're talking to some different media companies about, helping kids learn how to do media, like the Charles Barkley's and, the likes of yourself, kids that want to, get behind the camera.
Yeah, that's awesome. You said you started playing basketball or really enjoyed it when you're 14, and some of these people are that age. How does it feel passing your knowledge to the younger generation?
It's actually amazing because now these kids have an actual mentor and a blueprint from recruiting. What should they be eating from a nutrition standpoint? And these are a lot of things I didn't have growing up, Mike. So a lot of these kids now have a resource in myself that can help them with the blueprint to how to get to a Division I school. What are the coaches looking for? Helping parents, like when they go into recruitment for AAU or even a private school or even a Division I college, what questions should you be asking to make sure that this program actually fits your child, not just taking any, scholarship offer just because they have it, but we want to make sure that they're comfortable going to these schools that they choose.
I was when I was researching, I was looking at your blog, and it talked a lot about, some kids and teens are, scared to just go to the gym because of the violence. Why is it
Absolutely.
important to you to keep your community safe?
Well, I mean that's part of the reason why our home right now, Germantown Friends, because it is a secure campus, and we want to make sure that we give that guarantee to the parents while their child is in our care that they are on a safe facility, not just a random rec center where people could just come in and do whatever they want. We want to be able to know who's coming and going, especially when we have parents, children in the gym with us. We want to make sure we provide a safe environment because an environment that sometimes the Germantown or the Northwest section has, is some of it is not safe. So a lot of programming is not available in our neighborhood right now because of that.
So the nonprofit you said is you started around 2013, so it's about 10 years old. Yep. What have you learned from some of the players that have gone through the program?
Oh man, this program has changed a lot of people's lives, man, and that'll be documented in the upcoming documentary "Bad Things Happen in Philadelphia." But having this program, man, and watching my kids go from 10-year-olds to now Division I college players. Some are coaching. Some are actually artists that I have actually one kid that potentially has a deal pending as a rap artist. He has a deal pending right now. We have one of my other kids just graduated from Penn State Abington. She's now pursuing sports marketing. So, I mean, just to see these babies that used to walk in the gym, barely could like tie shoes, run straight, like, oh man, it's a beautiful thing, Mike, to see not only the impact here in Philadelphia, but more importantly in Akron, Ohio, and Columbus as well. And right now, we're on pace to impact 2,500 kids. We just passed the 2,000 mark as far as impact with children.
Wow, that's amazing! Congrats.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So, what motivates you?
I mean, be honest with you, man, being the person that I didn't have growing up, Mike. I'm a highly spiritual person. I'm very Christian based. And I believe in the principles of like giving back. I feel like we need to get back to that. I feel like these children need adults more than ever now. And it's just being that example that children don't have. And to be able to speak the language of these children. Sometimes as adults, we have lived our lives and expect children to do the same because of the lives that we live, but it's not necessarily going to be their life or their experiences. So just coming down to their level, listening to their music, and just allowing them to have a voice and hear them out. So I think that's what makes me one of the more unique coaches around, or one of the more unique founders in the nonprofit space, is because I don't just sit in the office. I'm actually, in these homes with the kids. I'm actually, helping kids to buy sneakers if their sneakers are not, up to par, feeding them if they're not being fed. It's so much more than paperwork and, collecting data. It's actually still being committed to the work.
So where do you want to see the organization in the next 3 to 5 years?
To be honest with you, I want to be able to tackle and target the more violent, poverty-stricken areas around the nation first. Like your cities, the likes of Philadelphia, the Chicagos, the St. Louis's, New Orleans. Some of the ones that don't have any resources, those are the ones that I want to impact first because they're the ones that need it the most. So within the next 3 to 5 years, I definitely want to expand to 5 to 10 cities. And I want to be able to get the NBA guys involved because these are the neighborhoods that they come from. And I want them to have a nonprofit that they can feel like they can be at home and do the work and get back in the communities and get back to where they came from.
Well, how can people reach out and learn more and help?
They can actually go on our website. That's www.joinsbnp.org. Or they can actually follow us on Instagram, same thing, Join SBNP. And if they want like real-time updates, they can definitely text us at text join JOIN SBNP to 1-855-953-0700.